Our adventure began after a 2-hour drive from the beautiful city of Santiago, Chile, into the amazing Andes mountain range. Our first part of the hike was to visit a beautiful waterfall, and that got the muscles loosened up for what was to come next. Next, we started our 3-hour trek, hiking up the 7,000-foot Cajon Del Maipo volcano, which is located on the border between Argentina and Chile. Prior to the hike, we were issued some hiking poles and some water, and then our guide gave us a comprehensive briefing on what we were to expect up there. The main message was take it slow and be very careful because of the rocky terrain. And we got a taste of that right off the bat. The first portion of the hike is actually quite steep, and it stays steep for a good 30 minutes. We found ourselves winding through a maze of rocks, but not too difficult. How high? 10,000?
It's tough.
Oh, we're strong.
And although they advertised the hike as very strenuous, we found it to be just a little bit on the moderate side, but it definitely had your heart pumping as you climbed up the hill. We had a pretty large group, I would say of about 20 people, if I recall correctly, and everyone seemed to really have no problem staying up with the others, and we had some really fantastic guides on this trip. Again, you just stared at the beautiful ranges all around you. You couldn't help but wonder where all this beauty came from. After taking some breaks, we would continue the trek, and the nice part about it is we took it easy. Finally, we get to a point where we find some flat ground, and that was great relief to all of us. Having a wonderful hike, a little bit of a challenge up at about 6,500 feet. Kind of taking a break for a minute and heading to the hot pools. The hike continued up, and we climbed higher and higher towards the summit, where eventually we were going to reach the valley of the volcano. It was a relief when our guides told us we were almost there, and that was after almost 3 hours. But then we came to some troublemakers that were in the road. The mountain goats were standing there, and some of them had the horns, and there was somewhat of a sheer cliff drop off there. I didn't want any part of those guys getting angry at us and deciding somebody was going to go off the hill and it wasn't going to be them. So we slowly moved forward in the large group, and they finally got the message. It looked like we outnumbered all of them, and they decided to move out of our way and let us pass. Then we came to the valley and saw the sign that we were at our main destination. That was quite a relief also. So we're at 7,000 feet here. Made it to the valley. There's the glaciers. Couldn't ask for a nicer day. A little bit on the windy side out here. A little brisk, actually, but still absolutely beautiful. Challenging on the way back that we don't fall. The next treat that we had was hiking down into the gorge where the amazing river was flowing through. The water coming from the massive glaciers that are located atop the volcano. We got to sit here and enjoy our lunch and water and get our batteries recharged for the hike back down the hill. We're now about 4 hours into this. Where we were headed next would be the natural hot springs down at the bottom. We arrived there And it was another pleasant surprise to see such a neat natural area. Everybody way. Enjoying the hot springs. All of the pools are heated by the volcano, and they are all at different temperatures. Some so hot you don't want to get in them, and others just perfect jacuzzi type temperatures, or down to somewhat cool as they flow down the hills. So that was a treat to really loosen up the muscles. So here we are in the hot springs in the middle of the Andes. Nobody will film me, so I decided to film myself. All right, nice way to conclude a great hike. We ended the day by stopping at a local cafe where our guides brought out endless bottles of wine. We wanted beer also, with great tapas, and it was fantastic. It's a nice way to finish off a hike. Get a little tuned up. Let's open them. The trip was absolutely amazing, and our guides from AndoAndes did a fantastic job of taking care of us, especially closing out the day at a beautiful little restaurant with some nice vino to wash away the soreness from our muscles. If you are in Santiago, Chile, this would be something I would highly recommend that you do. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.